Sri Chaitanya Academy. So this is Lalita Devi, Senior Math Faculty, and now we are in another session of the transition course. So coming to the today's class, we are going to discuss about the basics of the inequalities. But before the basics of the inequalities, we will learn about some of the basic concept, that is nothing but the factorization. Okay, so up to the grade 10 we have already learned about factorization. So we will just quickly recap or recollect about the factorization, and then after we will go for the basics of inequalities. Now coming to the factorization, as we know that we are just going to simply just factorize the given polynomial. It means we are going to write the polynomial as the product of some simpler polynomials, or sometimes it may be the monomials also. So now we are having the different methods to solve the polynomials according to their degree. If we are having the quadratic, we can go for the splitting the middle term, that already we are having in our grade 10. Okay. So now coming to here, if you observe, we are having the quadratic polynomials are of the form x square plus 5x plus 6. So how can we just factorize that quadratic polynomial? For suppose if we take an example of the splitting the middle term, it will be of x square plus 5x plus 6. Okay, so first of all we are going to take the constant term, which is nothing but the 6. Now for this 6 we have to take the factors. Okay, so if you do the prime factorization, you will get 2 into 3. Okay, now if you do the multiplication, you will get the constant term, and if you add or subtract, you should get the coefficient of the middle term. So now if I am taking 2 and 3, so 2 into 3 will give you 6, and if you take x square, and 2 plus 3 will give you 5. So now that becomes your x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. Okay, now from these first two terms, what is the common we can take out? We can take out the variable x. So that becomes x into x plus 2. And if you observe here, from the last two terms also we can take out the 6 can be written as 2 into 3, or 3 into 2 you can take. So from the last two terms we can take out 3 common, so it will become 3 into x plus 2. Okay, now whatever the equation the polynomial we are having in the 3 terms is reduced to the 2 terms. Now once again we are going to take the common between these 2 terms, so that is nothing but our x plus 2. After taking the x plus 2 common, we got the x plus 3. Okay, now if we observe here, using the splitting the middle term, whatever the polynomial we are having, that is the quadratic polynomial we are having, we just written it as the product of the two monomials. Okay, so now if you observe here, we have written the factors as the x plus 2 and x plus 3. So the same method we can apply for the next polynomial also. So you can do this on your own, because we have already studied about the factorization. Now coming to the polynomials, if we are having like a degree greater than 2, like your cubic and multipolynomial like that. Okay, so now coming to here, cubic if you take, it was of x cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. Okay, so for the cubic polynomials we are having two methods. If you observe any of the common factors we are having between the terms, then we can go for the regrouping. It means if you observe here clearly, our x cube and 4x, if I take common, and if I take 3x and 12, it seems like something common between them. So let's take the x cube, and I am just, instead of 3x, I am just rearranging it with minus 4x plus 3x square, okay, minus 12. I am just rearranging the terms. It means bringing our second term to the third and third to the second. So now let's take the x common, so that becomes your x square minus 4. Okay, and these 12 can be written as 4 into 3. Okay, now from these two terms I can take out the 3 common, so here it will become x square minus 4. Okay, now we are having the x square minus 4 common between these two terms, so let's take it common. So x square minus 4, on taking common you will get x plus 3. So whatever the cubic polynomial we are having, if you observe, after regrouping the terms, if we are having common factors, then we can go for the regrouping. And if you if you are not finding any common factors, then you can go for the synthetic division. So from where? From your constant, you will get the one of the factor. Okay, so from here you will get the one of the factor. So as you have your doubt that the degree of the polynomial is the 3, but here we got only 2 factors. So what about this? X square minus 4 can be written as x square minus 2 square. Okay, so now here we can apply the algebraic identity of a square minus b square. So it can be once again written as x plus 2 into x minus 2 into x plus 3. Okay, now from these factors of 12, you will get one of the factor for our polynomial. So now take that polynomial as the divisor and do the synthetic division for the given polynomial if you want to factorize the cubic. Okay, after doing the synthetic division, you will convert this cubic polynomial into the quadratic polynomial. And if you do the splitting the middle term, then you will get the 2 of the factors. Okay, now let's get into the topic, that is the basics of inequalities. So whenever we are saying, whenever we use the equals to value, it means we are balancing both our LHS and RHS of the equation. At the same time, if you are using the symbols of greater than, less than, greater than, or less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So if you are using these type of symbols like less than, greater than, or less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, then they will form the inequalities. Okay, now if you take an example, so clearly we know that 3 is less than 5 and 7 is greater than 5. So such type of examples we can take. So those are nothing but your numerical inequalities. And in the same way, we can use the variables and the algebraic expressions to to mention the inequalities also, like x less than 5. It means x can be the any value that should be less than 5. Okay, so such type of inequalities also we can mention with the help of the variables. Now coming to the next, if you observe here clearly, we are having the inequality on both the sides. Okay, so these cases we are going to call it as the double inequalities, because we are going to take one particular variable and we are going to apply the inequality on both the sides. Now moving to the next is, for any of your polynomial, like just consider a linear polynomial of 3x plus 5. Okay, so for example, if we are having greater than 0, this is the one of the inequality which we are having in linear equation in one variable. Now whatever the possible values of x you are having, those will become your solution. So now from this inequality, after doing the calculation, you will get one of the range for the x, like one of the interval for the x. So those values will become your solution. Okay, so that solution means nothing but that will give you that the inequality will exist. It means the inequality will be true. Now coming to the next one, how can we represent these inequalities? Means if we are having x less than a or x greater than a. For suppose I am taking my number line here. Okay, now I am just saying that x is greater than or less than 2. Okay, now I am taking that x is less than 2. I am just giving, see, in our previous class we discussed about the intervals. So if we are having y less than a, it means we will be having the left side of our number line. So now here I am having my a value, and whatever the portion we are having less than a, all this comes under the value of our x, if it was a. And here in the example it was 2. So whatever the values we are having less than 2, those all will become the possible values of x. So this is how we are going to represent on the number line. And how can we represent the portion? Means if you look at here, I have marked the end point which is the 2. Then how can we represent the area that requires? Means it is less than. So we are just going to highlight that part. Okay. Now in the same way, if we are having x is less than or equals to a, so the same condition only, less than a means we will take, and if we are having less than or equals to a means it will be same number line. But here whatever the circle we are having, we are just going to just dark that circle. So darkening that circle means just bubbling or filling that circle means we are including that value also for the value of x. Okay, and we are just going to highlight that less part. Understood? Now let's see the next one. So coming to the next one, some more basic inequalities are nothing but our strict inequalities, and we are having the slack inequalities. It means strict inequalities in the sense purely you will be having less than or greater than. Slack means simply we will be having less than or equals to or greater than or equals to. So now if you observe here clearly, if you take the first one, this is a linear equation in one variable ax plus b, and it is greater than 0 and less than, greater than 0 or less than 0. And if you take another example, we will be having ax plus b greater than or less than c. Okay, so now we can give the inequalities for our quadratic polynomials also, like ax plus ax square plus bx plus c is greater than 0 or it should be less than 0. But coming to the slack inequalities, we will be having the less than or equals to sign. Understood? Along with the less than or greater than, if we are having the equals to, then we will be considering them as the slack inequalities. Now moving to the next is the basic rules for inequalities. The first rule is, just consider that you are having 3x plus 5 is greater than 0. Okay. Now for this inequality, if you are adding or subtracting the same value on both the ends, this inequality won't change. It means I am just subtracting here minus 5 on both the ends. Okay. So now if I am adding or subtracting, then the sign, the inequality sign won't change. So now plus 5 and minus 5 will get, so we got 3x greater than minus 5. Okay, instead of 3x, let's take minus 3x and minus check. Okay, so now from this what we will get, x is greater than minus 5 by 3. So I am just dividing this minus 3x. So whatever the minus 3x I am having here, in order to remove the 3, I am just dividing it with 3. So 3 will get cancelled, and on LHS we will get minus x, and here it will be of minus 5 by 3. Okay, now if you observe here, another rule is, if you are multiplying or dividing with positive number, so if you are dividing or multiplying with positive, then we are not having the sign change. Now here we got minus x greater than minus 5 by 3. Okay, so we need to remove the minus sign for the x. So what we will do, we will multiply with minus 1. So as I am multiplying with the minus, that is the negative number, so sign will change. Now this greater than will become less than, and it is also minus of minus, so which is be plus 5 by 3. Okay, now if you observe here, equal numbers may be added to or subtracted from both the sides of an equation. So we can add or subtract the same value from the equation. And coming to the next, both sides of an equation may be multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number. So if you observe here clearly, same non-zero number, that is correct. But coming to the positive number, if you are multiplying or dividing with the positive number, then the sign won't change. And if you are multiplying or dividing with the negative number, then it changes. It means the sign will be reversed. If it was less than, then it will become greater than, and if it was greater than, then it will become less than. Okay, that is the most important point that you have to remember. If you are multiplying or dividing with the negative, then the sign will be reversed. Fine. Now moving to the next, let's solve the questions. If x is a real number such that x greater than or equals to 2, then find the interval in which the following expressions lie. So now coming to here, they gave the 4 different parts of the question. So let's solve them one by one. So if we take x plus 8, so they gave already the, okay, so they gave the inequality for the x, which is x greater than or equals to 2. So now I need the x plus 8. So for the same equation, I am adding 8 on both the sides. Simple. See, they have already given the condition for the x, but they are asking for the x plus 8. So how can we get that? Simple. After adding 8 on both the sides, our sign will, won't change. So that's the reason I am adding 8 on both the sides. So x plus 8 will be x plus 8 greater than or equals to 2 plus 8 will become 10. It means what? So our x plus 8 lies in greater than or equals to 10. So now just represent that in the form of an interval. So how can we represent? We are having greater than 10. So if you take the number line, so equals to, so I am just darkening my 10 point, end point, okay, and it is greater than. So it can be anything up to the positive infinity. So now that becomes your 10 comma infinity. Okay, so this is how we are just going to give the limits for our, we are going to give the interval for the given inequalities. Now let's check for the 2x plus 6. So same condition, x is greater than or equals to 2. Now they are asking about the 2x plus 6. We are having x, so from there just get the 2x. So multiplying with the positive number, 2 into 2 will become 4. Okay, now plus 6. So we need to add the 6 on both the sides. So that becomes your 2x plus 4 greater than or equals to 4 plus, 2x plus 6 greater than or equals to 4 plus 6. So that becomes 2x plus 6 greater than or equals to 4 plus 6 will be 10. So now what is the interval will become here? It is also greater than or equals to 10. Okay, so which is of 10 comma infinity. Now moving to the next, 11 minus 3x. So now we are going to take x greater than or equals to 2. Fine. Now we are just multiplying. See, I need the minus 3x. So how can we do the minus 3x? We need to multiply with minus 3. So I am multiplying with the negative. So whatever we are having here greater than or equals to, that becomes your less than or equals to 2. Okay. Now once again we need to add the 11. So it will become 11 minus 3x less than or equals to 11 plus 2. So that becomes your 11 minus 3x less than or equals to 13. Okay. So now here it will become your minus infinity comma 13. Fine. So this is how we are going to give the intervals for the inequalities. Now moving to the next, it is the x square. So x is greater than or equals to 2. So x square will be of your 4. Okay. So now coming to here, it will become your 4 comma infinity. Fine. So now let's solve another problem. So coming to the next one, it will be of, if 3x plus 8 less than or equals to 4, then set of all possible values of x is. So whenever you are having the inequalities, just try to eliminate one by one. Like if you observe here, I am having the inequality of 3x plus 8 less than or equals to 4, right? Now I need to get the possible values of x. So for that reason, what we need to do, first of all, we will try to eliminate the constant, right? So now coming to here, it will become 3x. So in order to eliminate plus 8, what we have to do? We have to subtract we have to subtract the 8. So in order to eliminate the plus 8, we are doing minus 8. So as we are doing minus 8 here, we have to do here also. So now plus 8 and minus 8 will get cancelled. So it will become 3x less than or equals to 4 minus 8 will give you minus 4. Okay. Now coming to here, I am having 3 on my LHS. So 3 is in multiplication. So divide with 3 on both the sides. So that will become your 3 and 3 will get cancelled. So from here you will get x less than or equals to minus 4 by 3. So what are the possible values here? X is less than or equals to minus 4 by 3. Okay. Now let's solve the next. Moving to the next one. 3x minus 4 by 2 greater than or equals to x plus 1 by 4 minus 1. So now if you observe here clearly, we are having 3x minus 4 whole divided by 2 greater than or equals to x plus 1 by 4 minus 1. Okay. Now let's simplify our RHS side. So that becomes 3x minus 4 by 2 greater than or equals to x plus 1 minus 4, okay, by 4. Fine. Now 1 minus 4 will give you minus 3. So here it will become 3x minus 4 by 2 greater than or equals to x minus 3 by 4. Okay, so now if you compare the denominators, we are having 4 which is greater. So we will try to eliminate the 4. So for that reason, just multiply 4 into 3x minus 4 whole divided by 2 greater than or equals to x minus 3 by 4 into 4. Okay, now 2 will cancel 4 for 2 times and 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So here we will get 3x minus 4 greater than or equals to x minus 3. Now here I am having 3x and on RHS we are having x. So let's try to eliminate the x on RHS. So for that reason what we will do? We will subtract the x. So 3x minus 4 minus x greater than or equals to x minus 3 minus x. Okay, so now x will get cancelled. So here it will become 3x minus x, 2x minus 4 greater than or equals to minus 3. Okay, now next we will try to eliminate the minus 4. So that becomes your 2x minus 4 plus 4 greater than or equals to minus 3 plus 4. So here it will be 2x greater than or equals to minus 3 plus 4 will give you 1. So x will be greater than or equals to 1 by 2. Okay, so now you will get this with one step. Why? Because when you know what to eliminate on your both sides. Understood? Yes. Fine. Now moving to the next. Solve 5 into 2x minus 7 minus 3 into 2x plus 3 less than or equals to 0 and 2x plus 19 less than or equals to 6x plus 47. So we are having the two types of, two inequalities here. So let's solve them one by one. So coming to here, it will be of 5 into 2x minus 7 minus 3 into 2x plus 3 less than or equals to 0. Okay, so now 5 into 2x, 10x and minus 35 minus 6x minus 9 less than or equals to 0. Okay, so now it will be of 4x. So and if you do here, it will be of minus 44 less than or equals to 0. Okay, we can take 4 common. So x minus 11 less than or equals to 0. We need to eliminate 4. So we will divide both sides with 4. So 4 will get cancelled and from there you will get x minus 11 less than or equals to 0. Now we need to eliminate the 11. So for that reason we will add 11 on both the sides. So 0 plus 11 will give you 11. And here plus 11 and minus 11 will get cancelled. So finally we will get x less than or equals to 11. Okay. So now moving to the next condition. So it will be of 2x plus 19 less than or equals to 6x plus 47. Okay. If you observe here clearly, we can just transpose the terms. Like we can take the 2x to other side and 47 to this side. So now that becomes minus 47 plus 19 is less than or equals to 6x minus 2x. Okay, so now here it will become minus 47 plus 19 will give you minus 28 less than or equals to 4x. Okay, we need to eliminate the 4. So what we will do? We will do the division with 4 on both the sides. So it will become minus 7 less than or equals to x. If you observe here clearly, we are having minus 7 less than or equal to x and x is less than or equals to 11. So now the reason, whatever the limits we are having, the interval will become minus 7 less than or equal to x less than or equals to 11. Okay, so from these we will get minus 7 comma, so 11. Okay, so this is how we are going to solve if they gave the equation, inequalities separately. Now moving to the next, solve minus 5 less than or equals to 5 minus 3x by 2 less than or equals to 8. So today we are going to solve some more questions on the inequalities only. Why? Because if you know how to just eliminate the terms in order to get the interval of the x, then it will be easier for you to know the domain and range of the functions. Okay, so these intervals and the inequalities mostly will help you in the functions and limits. Understood? Why? Because in the limits also we are going to take the intervals and with the help of the functions only. So just practice a lot on the inequalities, because the sign change, you need to practice a lot when it comes to the sign change. Now coming to here, minus 5 less than or equals to 5 minus 3x by 2 less than or equals to 8. So if you are finding difficulty when you are having equals to, if you are having double unequal, then you can just split that. Like I am having my minus 5 less than or equals to 5 minus 3x by 2. Okay, this is the one of the inequality, and another one we can write it as 5 minus 3x by 2 less than or equals to 8. Okay, so now coming to here, it will be of minus 10 less than or equals to 5 minus 3x. Okay, so now in order to eliminate the 5, we will get minus 15 less than or equals to minus 3x. So it was of your 5 less than or equals to x. Okay, so Padma, you can tell me the answer for the next one then. What will be the answer for the second inequality? 5 minus 3x by 2 less than or equals to 8. Yes, I think you have completed this question, so you can answer. So 5 minus 3x less than or equals to 16. So here it will become minus 3x less than or equals to 11, and minus x less than or equals to 11 by 3. So it will be of your x greater than or equals to minus 11 by 3. So if you observe here, I am having minus x. So in order to eliminate the minus, I should multiply it with minus 1. So as I am multiplying with minus 1, the sign will change. Less than or equals to will change to greater than or equals to. Now what are the intervals for the x will become? So intervals for x will become minus 11 by 3 less than x less than or equals to 5. Okay, so any doubt in this? So now moving to the next. Yes, so here also we are multiplying, so it will become greater than. Okay, so now solve the system of inequalities. 3x minus 7 less than 5 plus x and 11 minus 5x less than or equals to 1. So now coming to here, 3x minus 7 less than 5 plus x. So we can rearrange the terms, so that becomes your 3x minus x less than 5 plus 7. So it will be of 2x less than 12. So x will be less than 6. And coming to the next inequality, so 11 minus 5x less than or equals to 1. So minus 5x less than or equals to, and minus 11 crossing equals to, it will be of minus 10. Okay, so now it will be of minus x less than or equals to minus 2. So now x will be greater than or equals to 2. Understood? So now if you combine those two, we will get 2 less than or equals to x less than 6. Okay, so from this we will get the x intervals as, we are having 2 comma 6. Yes. Now moving to the next, find all pair of consecutive odd natural numbers, both of which are larger than 10, such that their sum is less than 40. So until now we are having the questions or the inequalities which are given directly. But now if they are given in the any theoretical part questions, then how can we solve them? So just break down the given question and just take what are the inequalities that required to get the required value. Okay. Now if you observe here, both of which are larger than 10. It means if you take the two consecutive odd numbers, those two odd numbers are greater than 10. So now I am taking x is one of my odd number, and another one will become your x plus 2. So now from this first condition we will get directly, because both of them are greater than 10. So our x is also greater than 10. Okay, and now let's go for the second condition. The sum is less than 40. So coming to here, sum in the sense we will take x plus 20. X plus 2 will be less than 10. Less than 40. Okay, so that becomes 2x plus 2 less than 40. So now taking 2 common, 2 into x plus 2, 2 into x plus 1 less than 40. Now x plus 1 less than 20. So x should be less than, so minus 1 crossing equals to, it will become 19. So x should be less than 19 but greater than 10. So what will be the interval? Will be x belongs to 10 comma 19. So you can start taking your consecutive odd number pairs as if I am taking 11. So what is the odd pair will become? That will become your 30. Okay, like that we can take what are the some, I mean for which of them we are having some less than 40. Okay. Now moving to the next, in an experiment, a solution of hydrochloric acid is to be kept between 30 degrees and 35 degrees Celsius. Now what is the range of temperature in degree Fahrenheit? If the conversion formula is given by, we know the conversion formula C equals to 5 by 9 into F minus 32, where C and F represents the temperature in degrees Celsius and Fahrenheit. So Padma, you can give a try for this question and you can give the answer in the chat box. Yes. So now they gave that we are having the temperature is between the 30 degrees and 35 degrees Celsius. So whatever the Celsius temperature you are having, it is between the 30 and 35, right? Now already they gave the conversion formula, which is of C will be represented by 5 by 9 into F minus 32. Okay. So now that will be 30 degrees less than, so 5 by 9 into F minus 32 less than 35 degrees. Now, in order to eliminate our 5 by 9, we can multiply with 9 by 5. So, that becomes your 30 degrees into 9 by 5 less than. So, 5 by 9 and 9 by 5 will get cancelled. So, that becomes your F minus 32 less than 35 into 9 by 5. Okay. So, 7 times. And here it is 6 times. So it was of your 54 less than F minus 32 less than 63. Fine. Now we need to eliminate the 32. So how can we eliminate the 32? Yes. So we need to add the 32. So that becomes your 54 plus 32 less than F, because plus and minus will get cancelled, less than 63 plus 32. Okay, so now here it will become your 86 less than F less than 95. Okay, so this is how we are going to get the intervals if they give the relation between the given two inequalities means. Now moving to the next. So a man wants to cut 3 lengths from a single piece of board of length of 91 centimeters. The second length is to be 3 centimeters longer than the shortest, and the third length is to be twice of the. Okay, Padma, but I think I did bit earlier than you. Okay, so now you can solve this question and you can tell. So third length is to be twice as long as the shortest. What are the possible lengths of the shortest board if the third piece is to be at least 5 centimeters longer than the second? So now tell me, what if I am considering my shortest length as the x, then what will be the second length will be? So here I am considering my shortest length as the x, then what will be the second length? So just take the condition that they mentioned in the question. Second length is to be 3 centimeters longer than the shortest. So what it will be? Yes, Padma? So it is 3 centimeters longer. So that becomes your x plus 3. Okay. And coming to the third one, they gave that it is twice as long as the shortest. Twice means we will multiply with 2. Right. So that becomes your third will be your 2x. Okay. So now coming to here, whatever the shortest second and third one we are having, all these we can get from this 91 only. It means if you add these 3 lengths, it should be equal to or less than the 91 centimeters. Why? Because see, I am having my total cardboard is of 91 centimeters, and from that cardboard I am getting the 3 lengths, right? So now if you add these 3 lengths, it should be less than or equals to the 91 centimeters, right? So now I am adding them. So x plus 3 plus 2x should be less than or equals to 91 centimeters. Why? Because if you add those values, we won't get more than 91, right? So if you observe the second condition, the length of the shortest board, it means the possible length of the shortest board, if third piece is at least 5 centimeters longer than the second, third one is 5 centimeters longer than the second, third one is the 2x, okay, longer than the, at least longer, so we can use greater than or equals to 5 centimeters longer than the second, second is the x plus 3 plus 5, okay. So this is how we will get the inequalities from the given information. Now just try to solve them. X plus x will be your 2x plus x, 4x plus 3 less than or equals to 91 centimeters. So 4x less than or equals to, so if you subtract you will get here 88. So x less than or equals to 22 centimeters. Okay. Now let's solve the next one. So if you observe here 2x greater than or equals to x plus 3 plus 5. So it will be 2x minus x greater than or equals to 8, right? So our x should be greater than or equals to 8. Okay. Now what are the possible lengths for our shortest one will be? So if you combine these two, we are having x is greater than or equals to 8, but it should be less than the 22 centimeters. So the interval for the x will become 8 comma 22. But here you need to use your closed brackets because for both the cases you are having the equals to sign. Okay. Now moving to the next. To receive grade a student must get an average of 90 marks or more in 5 examinations, each of 100 marks. If Sunita's mark in first 4 examinations are 87, 92, 94 and 95. They gave the marks for the 4 examinations and they are asking what is the minimum mark that Sunita should get in her 5th exam. So how can we solve this question? So if you take their 4 exam result are 87, 92, 94 and 95. Okay. So now they are asking average should be greater than or equals to 90 marks, right? So now I don't know what is that of 5th one. So let's consider 87 plus 92 plus 94 plus 95 plus x average. So I am taking it as the 5 should be greater than or equals to 90. Okay. So now if you calculate, you will get the x. Okay. I am leaving this question as your homework question because I already gave the inequality. So it's simple. You can do the additions and multiplications and divisions. Just simple calculation you have to do in order to get the 5th exam score. Now moving to the next one. A manufacturer has 600 liters of a 12% solution of acid. It means in the 600 liters of solution, we are having the 12% of acid. Okay. Now, how many liters of a 30% acid solution must be added to it so that acid content in the resulting mixture will be more than 15% but less than the 18%. So now, I don't know what is the amount of liters we are going to take for the 30. So I am considering it as the x for my 30%. Okay. So now resulting means what we will get. If you take individually it will be, but the resulting means, so resulting number of liters will be 600 plus x, right? Now it should be having the minimum like more than 50% but less than 18%. So here if you observe here, now more than 15%, how we can write? We can write 13% of x plus 12% of 600 should be more than 15% of resulting. So that becomes your 600 plus x. Okay. So now if you simplify this, 82 comma infinity, is this, are you saying about these answer, Padma? Fine. So just answer this question. So if you consider more than 15%, then we will get 13% of x plus 12% of 600 will be greater than 15% of 600 plus x. And if you look at the second one, but less than 18%. So resultant they are saying, so we should consider the 18% for the resultant. Okay. So now it should be less than the 18%. So what will be the inequality will be? So same only, the 13% of x plus 12% of 600, but it should be less than 18% of the resultant. So it will be of 600 plus x. Okay. So same 13 by 100 into x plus 12 by 100 into 600. Okay. It should be less than 18 by 100 into 600 plus x. Okay. Now, if you simplify, what we will get? So, these are the basics for the JEE mains. Okay, Padma, because in mains you will be having the functions. There you are having inequalities. So, you should know the inequalities, like how can the sign changes and all. So, we are just practicing the some basic questions here. Yes. So these one you can learn in, you are going to learn in the JEE mains, but in the form of another chapter like functions and limits. Okay. Yes. But if you are very good at the inequalities intervals, then you can do those domain and range problems very easily. Yes. Now just solve this inequality, then you will get 100. We will cancel on both the sides, so that becomes 13x plus 7,200 less than, so 18 times of 600 plus x. Okay, so if you simplify this inequality, and from this also you will get one equality, right? So that is of 13x plus same 7,200 is greater than 15 of 600 plus x. Okay, so now yes. So now one simplify this, 13x plus 7,200 greater than, so 15 into 6, 6 5s are 30, so that will become your 9,000 plus 15x. So now these 15x if you take, then you will get minus 2x, and this 7,200 crossing equals to, it will be of 1800, so x minus x will be greater than of 900, so x will be less than of 900, minus 900. Okay, understood? Yes. Now moving to the next. So currently in today's session we are not doing the functions. Okay, so in our transition course mostly we will work on the basics only. So after the transition course we will plan for those sessions, and we will be solving that mains level questions there. Yes, we will do it, Padma, right? So now if you solve these inequality also, we will get the value for the x. So from these two inequalities we will get the interval, like what is the minimum amount we are going to take. Now moving to the next, thank you for attending the session everyone. And if you need the practice sheets for the session of today's class, whether it was your physics, chemistry or the math, we can, just scan this QR and join the Telegram channel. There we are giving the practice worksheets. So there you can find the practice worksheets on the topics that we are discussing in our classes. And another thing, if you want to connect with us, like if you want to know what is the plan, like what is the program we are planning, and if you want to give any suggestions for that, then you can scan this QR code and you can fill this Google form, and there you can give the questions that you want to ask us. So we will connect with you and we will give the updates regarding what we are going to discuss in the next sessions also. Okay, yes. So that's all for today's class. Bye everyone, take care and stay connected with us, and we will meet in our next class.